All right, so this is quad 3, number 4, and the directions are to put it in vertex form and then to graph it. So if you take a kind of a close look at this one, you can see that it really is already in vertex form, because I could really rewrite this as y equals minus 3 x minus 0 times x minus 2. And so now you can see that this is in vertex form, and my vertex will be 0, 2. Now that I know what my vertex is and I know what my a value is, negative 3, I can graph this. So you should probably do this on graph paper, but since I don't have graph paper here, I'll see if I can kind of do a rough sketch just to give you an idea. So the first thing you always want to do is to plot your vertex. So I'm going to go to 0, 2. I'm going to put a dot there. That's my vertex. Now I know it opens down because I have a negative 3. And remember, I call this a value a y multiplier because it's going to take my standard values. So for instance, if my vertex was at 0, 0, my standard values would be 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. But now because I have this negative 3, it's going to take all of these y's and it's going to multiply it by negative 3. So I'm going to have 1, negative 3. I'm going to take the 4, multiply it by negative 3, so that's going to be negative 12. And 9 times the negative 3 would be negative 27. So I'm going to run out of room on my graph probably pretty quickly, but you can see from here I'm going to go over 1, down 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to reflect that point. So I'll go negative 1 down, negative 3. And then I'm going to go over 2 and down 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll be down here somewhere. And I'll reflect that point, and then I can just connect my dots this way. So that's how you would do number 4. Number 5, this is now in standard form. So to get it from standard form into vertex form, you have to use the fact that you know that the h value, which is the x value of your vertex, is equal to minus b over 2a. This is going to be a very important formula, one that you're going to want to remember. So I'm going to take h equals minus, well, my b value is minus 2, so that's going to be a minus 2 all over 2 times my a value is what's in front of the x squared, which is just 1. This x shouldn't be there. I don't know why I put an x there. Just minus 2. There we go. All right, so I have minus a minus 2, so that's going to be a positive 2 divided by 2, so that's just going to be 1. So now I know the x value of my vertex is 1. But I don't know my y value, so in order to find my y value, I'm going to go back to this equation, and I'm going to plug in this 1 for each one of the x's. So y equals 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 1. So that'll be 1 minus 2 minus 1, which will be negative 1 minus 1, which will be negative 2. So now I know my vertex is 1, negative 2, and now I can graph this. Again, you should graph it on graph paper, but I don't have any here, so I'm just going to say this will be 1, negative 2. I know this is going to open up because my a value is positive. So from this point, I'm going to go over 1 and up 1. I'm going to go negative 1, up 1. So I'm going to reflect that point. And then from my vertex, I'm going to go over 2, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to reflect that point, negative 2, positive 4. And then I can just graph this beautiful little parabola like that. Make sure when you graph it that your graph is rounded, not a V shape. Make sure it's a U shape, because a V shape would be a different type of graph. All right, and on the next one, this one also is in standard form. So you're going to say H is minus B over 2A. So minus your B value is 4. 2 times, now your A value is negative 1, because remember, what's in front of the x squared is your A value. What's in front of the x is your B value, and then this last number is your C value. So this would be negative 4 over negative 2, which would be positive 2. So now I know that my vertex is 2. I'm going to take that 2, I'm going to plug it into this expression. So y equals negative 2 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 2. Remember your PEMDAS rules, you have to do your exponents first. So this is going to be 2 squared, which is 4, and then minus. So this will be minus 4 plus 8 minus 2. So this here will be a positive 4 minus 2, which would be 2. So I know my vertex is 2, 2. I can now graph this. Again, should be on graph paper. I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. So my vertex is right here. I'm going to plot the other points from that vertex. So I know that it's going to open down because that's negative. So I'm going to go over 1, down 1. Well, I kind of went over it a little too. That's right. Then I'm going to go over 1 in the negative direction and down 1. Then I'm going to go over 2, 1, 2, and down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to go in the negative direction, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can create that parabola. So there you go. If you have more questions, let me know.